Hello everyone, this is Keith Jackson and welcome to Jack's Math Notebook. In this video, we're going to continue our understanding of the quadratic function, keeping in mind that y is equal to ax squared plus bx plus c, but in this case, a is going to be less than 0. And so let's rehash the definition of a quadratic function. A quadratic function is a 2-degree polynomial that forms a parabola. The function y is equal to x squared is the parent function, but in this case, we have y is equal to a negative x squared. And so what we have in this case right here, we have a is equal to -1, b is equal to 0, c is equal to 0, while at the same time, a is less than 0. Well, what's going to happen to the parabola when a is less than 0? Well, that's easy. The arms are going to be pointed downward because when a is greater than 0, the arms are pointed upward. But as you see right here, because a is less than 0, the arms of this parabola is pointed downward. And we can kind of see this as the opposite form of the parent function right here, because see, like in the parent function, the arrows are pointed upward, but this is doing the exact opposite right here in this case, given that a is less than 0. And so let's make it easier on ourselves by plugging in some easy x values just to prove how we arrived at this particular form of the parabola or of the parent function. And so let's take a look at some of the x values. Let's start with -2, and we'll just go to 2. We don't have to go to 3 because we already had it figured out by that time. But let's say we plug in -2 into the function. And so we have a -2 squared, which will give us a 4 because a -2 times a -2 would give us a +4. Now that we have a +4, guess what? We have to multiply it by that -1, which will give us a -4. And now we have an ordered pair of -2 comma -4. And you see it right here because we go over, as far as x is concerned, we go on the x line. We go horizontally to -2, then we go to -4, and we have our point right there. And let's try one more point in which we have a -1 squared, which will give us a +1 because a -1 times a -1 will give us a +1. +1 times a -1 will give us a -1. And as you see right here, go over x, go up y, and you have your -1 comma -1, which you see right here. And so you can pretty much plug in the other numbers just to see how this works. And you can see how it will arrive at this downward facing parabola. But what if we add 1 to it? What if we add 1 to the function? Well, all it's going to do, because it is a +1, is just going to scoot the parabola, the downward facing parabola, upward. And so, and that would be our y-intercept at 1, as you see right here. And we'll try out a few values just to kind of get acquainted with this, see how it's reacting to it when we add 1. All right, and so right here we have a -2 again. A -2 squared will give us 4. 4 times a -1 will give us a -4, but plus 1 will give us a -3. And so let's go over to, let's say, -2. And as you can see, our point is going to land at -3 as we go down the y-axis. And there we have our ordered pair of -2 comma -3. And let's go to 2. All right, because since we did -2, let's go to 2. It's mirror opposite on the other side. And so we have 2. We're going to plug that in here, right here. And so 2 squared is 4. 4 times a -1 is a -4. Plus 1 would give us a -3, as you see right here. Okay, you have been given a lot of information. I wouldn't blame you if you need to pause the video and just kind of plug in the numbers for yourself to try it out a little bit. Or replay this video as many times you need to gain a deeper understanding of the quadratic function, y'all. But in the meantime, please comment, share, like, and subscribe to Jack's Math Notebook for more content. Thank you and goodbye.